Hello, dear fans. Friends, I'm sorry about my throat here. Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram welcoming you to your favorite show, the Cricket Happening Show. And on this Cricket Happening Show, it is going to be the match, the 11th match of the Indian Premier League that was played between Kolkata Knight Riders and the Kings XI Punjab. And I have to say that the hero was Sunil Narine, first with the ball for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Actually, Kolkata Knight Riders winning the match by 8 wickets against the Kings XI Punjab. But what was more important or more pertinent, I would say, and also a bit surprising too, because it was Sunil Narine who was the unlikely hero, and he was the one who took away the man of the match. But first, bowling a very tight line to the Kings XI Punjab bowlers to just give away 19 runs and pick up 1 wicket. And then Kolkata Knight Riders sprung a real surprise here. I mean, it was not real of a surprise, but Ishan Sharma definitely expressed that they were surprised. But if anyone follows cricket, we know that Sunil Narine first opened in the Big Bash League for the Melbourne Renegades, and he started slashing runs, and he also hit some very good sixes as well. So I mean, this is a sort of a ploy which has been employed, and Kolkata. And after that, he also opened for the Pakistan Super League, in the Pakistan Super League as well, and he was the joint. I would say not top scorer, but joint scorer with Kiran Pollard with 5 sixes. And today, Kolkata Knight Riders really sprang a surprise, because many of would have been taken by surprise when they would have seen that Chris Lynn, who is out of the tournament, I suppose, and not even, I mean, one would have expected Robin Uthappa to walk out, and here comes a big surprise from the Kolkata Knight Riders, really thrusting Sunil Narine to open the innings, and Sunil Narine comes there and absolutely whiplashes the Kings XI Punjab bowlers. He does his job for which he was sent, and that was do some pinch hitting, and he did that with 37 of 18 balls with 4 fours and 3 sixes, which gave the Kolkata Knight Riders, I gave him the man of the match in that victory by Kolkata Knight Riders, which was very sweet, won by 8 wickets. A big victory, I would say. Now let's have a look at what really happened there at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. It's a new, really relayed pitch, and Kolkata Knight Riders won the toss, and they decided to insert the Kings XI Punjab into bat. Now, Kings XI Punjab openers, Hashim Amla and Manan Vora, got off to a good start. And now this was not any real crash bang hitting or something of that sort. It was all about real finesse. Amla, as you know, is a very skillful player. Manan Vora is also a sweet stroke maker. And both were getting runs so easily that Trent Bolt was taken for runs, and also Umesh Yadav was also being taken runs off, and the power play was not good for. It was very fruitful for the Kings XI Punjab, as they racked up 53 in 31 deliveries, which was good to see. And while the partnership was going on, and that was the time finally the first wicket fell when Piyush Chawla was introduced into the attack, as Piyush Chawla clean bowled Manan Vora for 28 of 19 deliveries, 4 fours and 1 6. The next to go was Marcus Stoinis. Now Sunil Narine was also introduced, and Sunil Narine was he was very sharp, and he was pretty good with his bowling, and it was very difficult for any of the Kings XI Punjab to get a handle on him. It was good to see Sunil Narine coming back in such a big way, as he actually bowled Marcus Stoinis for 9 of 12 balls with 1 4, and after that it was Glenn Maxwell at the crease along with Amla, but Grandholm, who for the first time had an opportunity here to play in the Indian Premier League, got his first wicket in IPL, as he was caught by Gambhir of the bowling of D. Grandholm for 25 27 balls, 4 fours. Hashim Amla gone, and then there was a brief partnership, but Glenn Maxwell was really kept quiet by Sunil Narine, but Glenn Maxwell decided to turn his attention on to Piyush Chawla and started hitting him for sixes, and Glenn Maxwell hit 1 6, and he scored 25 of 14 balls with 3 fours and 1 6, and David Miller, on the other hand, also did a decent job, as he cracked 28 of 19 balls with 2 fours and 2 sixes, and this partnership had this partnership had reached, from 98 98 was the score when Maxwell fell, and this was the start of a really very good spell from Umesh Yadav. And what a spell from Umesh Yadav. He was the one who really, Sunil Narine definitely did a great job, no doubt about it. But it was all about Umesh Yadav. And Umesh Yadav is, playing his first match in the IPL. And we all know that he has that newfound confidence, as we have seen. And that was precisely evident today, as first he picked up the wicket of Glenn Maxwell, caught by Uthappa for 25, 14 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. The next to go was David Miller, out to David Miller and Ridhiman Saha indulged in a very good partnership, one thought, because they precisely had to settle down the KINGS XI Punjab innings, which they did well, and they almost took it to the 18th over, and that was the time David Miller fell. Again, a victim of Umesh Yadav for 28 of 19, dealt with 2 fours and 2 sixes. Ridhiman Saha was also a victim, and this was an over in which 3 wickets fell. I think it was the over. Yes, this was the over in which he really turned things around, because he took 3 wickets. First, he took the wicket of David Miller. Then he went on to take the wicket of Saha for 25 of 17, dealt with 2 fours and 2 sixes. And Akshar Patel was out very first ball for naught. To give Umesh Yadav figures of 4 for 33, and after that it was definitely, there's nothing that Kolkata Knight Riders could do. Mohit Sharma was out to works for 10 of 8 balls with 1 4. Varun Arun made 4, and Sandeep Sharma was not on. 170 for 9 was the final tally for the KINGS XI Punjab. As I said, it was all about Sunil Narine's brilliant bowling spell. And on the other hand, it was Umesh Yadav who was picking up the wickets. The pressure was built by Sunil Narine, and Umesh Yadav went on to pick up all those wickets. Trent bowled 4 overs, no maiden, none for 36. Umesh Yadav 4 for 33. Chris Box 3 overs, 2 for 30. Sunil Narine, look at the brilliant spell. 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 19. Chawla 3 overs, was carted for 36 with 1 wicket besides his name. And Granholm, playing for the first time in IPL matches, 2 overs, 1 for 15. Now 170 definitely looked a competitive score, but considering that Kolkata Knight Riders were playing on their home turf, that is at Eden Gardens, and they have never lost any match here at the Eden Gardens. They started off with, I'm sure the crowd would have got a surprise, and even the team was surprised as they saw Gautam Gambhir walking in with Sunil Narine. One would have definitely expected, in the absence of Chris Lynn, probably Robin Uthappa to walk, and that would have taken everyone by surprise. Sunil Narine, well, initially he came in, he blocked a few deliveries, but he was tending with clear instructions. His job was to just go there and have a go at the bowlers. And then he waited. He waited for some time. He blocked a few balls as Gautam Gambhir was taking care of the scoring by scoring runs of the bowling of Sandeep Sharma and Ishan Sharma. But Sunil Narine really got into his groove when he decided, and that was the time Sunil Narine started his pyrotechnics. As Sunil Narine went after Glenn Maxwell and Varun Arun, and Varun Arun was really taken apart by Sunil Narine. Sunil Narine, what he was doing was he was really hitting through the line of the ball, and his favorite shot was his heave over the leg side for sixes, as he hit Varun Arun for 6, but he also, and 1 6 that he hit of Varun Arun was a real beauty, as it was just a short arm jab, and he sent it soaring into the stands over long off. What a shot that was. And Sunil Narine went on. He also banged Maxwell for sixes, as Maxwell bowled just a solitary over, which was carted for 18. And in a trice, this Kolkata Knight Riders set a record. Can you believe it? Kolkata Knight Riders had their quickest start. They had the maximum runs in the power play, and that happened today with Sunil Narine really wielding the baton in a very severe manner, as a blazing start was provided by Sunil Narine. 76 runs were scored for the first wicket, and that was tremendous hitting, one thought, as this was the best opening partnership. I think it was basically this is the highest power play score for Kolkata Knight Riders in IPLs, and really to see that Sunil Narine was the man who could make it possible, it really surprises everybody. But what a knock from Sunil Narine. Varun Arun was bowling at 141 clicks, and he was really taking him apart, and one of the leg side heaves was a real beauty. And Sunil Narine, I mean, if you look at his stature, he's such a short guy, and one does not know from where does he generate that enormous power that he is able to do. It really comes as a real surprise. He's very short too in stature, but when he hits it with his whole might, and he sends the ball soaring into the pickets and over the pickets. And Sunil Narine, what a knock from him. 76 runs were added. Gautam Gambhir was also playing aggressively, but he was mostly dealing in boundaries. He was scoring some very nice boundaries as this score galloped at a very, very great rate, I would say, because the run rate that they required when they started the innings was 8.50. 76 runs were scored in 34 deliveries. So you could just imagine the amount of hitting. It is almost like I think it's almost like 15 runs per over. Sunil Narine, what a man, take a bow, what a knock from him. 37 runs, and finally Aaron was the one who picked up his wicket. Sunil Narine departed for 37 of just 18 deliveries, 4 fours and 3 sixes to the, I would say, to the big relief of the Kings XI Punjab bowlers. After that, Ravin Uthappa came in. Ravin Uthappa did his job of cracking 26 of 16 balls with 3 fours and 1 6, being a victim of the bowling of Akshar Patel. And then Gautam Gambhir was there, strongly entrenched as Manish Pandey joined him. And then a mere formality followed for the Kolkata Knight Riders as they wiped off the target in 16.3 overs with 8 wickets to go. So basically it's an 8-wicket victory. The captain Gambhir was not out on 72 of 49 deliveries, 11 fours struck in that, and Manish Pandey was not out on 25 of 16 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6. Game over. Kolkata Knight Riders the victors, and Sunil Narine was named man of the match. As far as the bowling was concerned, Sandeep Sharma, 3 overs for 28. Ishan Sharma was a bit wavered, 2 overs for 16. Glenn Maxwell 1 over, went for 18. Varun Arun was taken for 23 of 2 overs, 1 wicket. Mohit Sharma went for 30 of his 3. Patel had 4 overs, 1 for 36. Stoinis no front. Because of Sunil Narine's very heavy, big hitting, it forced the Kings XI skipper, Punjab skipper Glenn Maxwell to really try a lot of things, but nothing worked as Sunil Narine made merry at the expense of the Kings XI Punjab bowlers. Used 7 bowlers, but nothing could really work. What a knock from Sunil Narine, and this is something one has a feeling because of Chris Lynn not being there. I thought this was a very bold move, but one has to see whether Sunil Narine can do it on a consistent basis. If he can do that, that could be a big asset because he's an all-rounder, and one knows the value of Sunil Narine in the Kolkata Knight Riders team. And Sunil Narine, what a knock that was, breathtaking. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that is as far as that particular match was concerned. Now, just having a brief look at some cricket news here. Let me see whether I can actually grab something here for you, dear fans. I'm just going to see here. Yes, some news which is coming up, and that's good news tomorrow. As you know, Royal Challengers Bangalore are taking on Mumbai Indians, and there's some very good news, and that is the Indian captain. So the Virat Kohli, the captain, is back after the injury, and that should be a great game of cricket which is coming up between Mumbai Indians and Virat Kohli at Bengaluru. And Virat Kohli has definitely said, once he has taken over, he has said that Chris Gayle will always play in his team, and I think that's the right way to go. And Vishnu Vinod would have to probably sit down, and Deepak Jadhav will be taking wicket-keeping duties. As far as the other match which is coming up tomorrow is on between the Gujarat Lions and Pune, Rising Pune Super Giants, who have been struggling in this tournament, and it's going to be so. Gujarat Lions have one good news: the man who is in real form with both bat and ball for India at the moment, Ravindra Jadeja, the all-rounder who was not there, will be playing for Gujarat Lions. So that's a very confident. It's a real boost for the Gujarat Lions, I thought. when playing in Rising Pune Super Giants. Other news that I could really talk on a very brief note here is that Jerome Taylor, who retired, as you would remember, the West Indies bowler, has decided that he is going to be coming back from retirement, and he will be playing after 9 months of his retirement. He has decided that he will be playing again for the West Indies in test matches. So he would be there probably for the test matches against, one has to wait and watch as to what really goes on, but he has declared his availability. And as you know, South Africa is also going to hold their own tournament, the franchisee tournament, and as you know, it's going to be the Cricket South Africa T20 tournament, and for that, Gale is one of the very big names which has been coined for that tournament. And that's it, dear fans, subscribers. There's nothing else to really talk about. That really sums up this daily cricket happening show of mine, with more to come tomorrow on my next cricket broadcast. Till such time, it's goodbye from host Ram. Thank you.